are both very honored to be here this evening, presenting the Audrey Hepburn Humanitarian Award to a fellow National Board member of the U.S. Fund for UNICEF and the better half of our MC tonight, don't worry, he'd agree, Hilary Gumbel.
Over the past decade, Hilary has served as a senior advisor for UNICEF's Ambassador Program. She's worked tirelessly on behalf of UNICEF, helping to raise the visibility of UNICEF's significant work and raising a great amount of funding for our work around the world. She's also traveled extensively to visit UNICEF programs in places like, if I get all these, Vietnam, Uruguay, Angola, Peru, Haiti, and most recently Senegal. Did I get them all? Now, I've had the privilege of traveling with Hilary in Senegal, and I got to see firsthand just how dedicated she is. She was always the first to ask the most insightful questions, to embrace a child, and to jump up and dance with the women of the village. No one is more fun to travel with. And I'd also like to say that in spite of being in like a baseball cap and a t-shirt every day, she always looked as gorgeous as she does tonight. And somehow we love her in spite of that.
This September, UNICEF was proud to release UniChef, an international culinary travelogue with recipes from celebrity chefs from around the world to benefit the U.S. Fund for UNICEF. "40 world-class chefs contributed to this project, including Bobby Flay, Wolfgang Puck, Emeril Lagasse, Kat Cora, Jamie Oliver, Giada De Laurentiis, Mario Batali, and tonight's very own Marcus Samuelsson. And that had to have been like herding cats. I don't know how you did that. The goal of UniChef is to introduce children and adults to the diverse foods, tastes, and culinary customs of the world around them. This was quite a brilliant concept, supporting UNICEF's mission to help children around the world while also helping those who buy a copy become more understanding of the world around them. It was genius. And there was one woman who made this all happen, Hilary Gumbel.
So you see, UniChef is just one more creative way that Hilary has raised both awareness and funds for UNICEF's work. And she's brought so many along with her. So I think if you take a look at this video, you'll see why her passion for UNICEF is so infectious, why it's so hard for anyone to say no to her, and I might add, why Taya and I are so proud to call her our dear friend.
Hilary is brilliant,
Passionate.
Compassionate.
effervescent,
Unstoppable.
Extremely committed.
Gorgeous.
goofy.
She's a triple threat. She's beautiful, she's smart, and she's kind.
She's modest, she's humble, and in many ways reminds me of Audrey Hepburn.
People like Hilary make the world a better place by quietly doing what a lot of other people are unwilling to do.
UNICEF wouldn't be around if we wouldn't have people like Hilary.
She's not only helping to support this organization, which deserves enormous support, but she's committed. She goes out into the field.
And she also communicates the purpose and the mission of UNICEF incredibly well.
She can talk about what we do because she's been there. She's looked in children's eyes and seen the misery and despair and also the hope.
She cares that children have access to clean water. She cares if they're being vaccinated, if they're receiving proper nutrition, if they're getting the education they deserve.
Hilary's a person who goes around the world and sees firsthand the work that UNICEF does, so when she comes back to organize a dinner like the Snowflake Ball, she understands completely what the money is funding.
This is Snowflake's 10th anniversary, and Hilary has been there from the start. She is really a terrific asset to the organization and to kids.
She stays awake at night thinking about the many children that have no voice and have nobody to look after them.
What Hilary has shown is that there's so many different ways of helping UNICEF.
Hilary was the driving force behind organizing the cookbook UniChef, which brought together all of these extraordinary talented chefs to create recipes for UNICEF.
When she puts Her energy, passion, and beautiful charm together, nobody will say no.
She reflects and personifies everything that this night is all about.
I really think that there are people on the planet put here to protect all of us, and she's one of those people.
To present the award to Hilary Gumbel, please welcome a dear friend and member of the UNICEF family who has carried on his mother's legacy, Luca Dotti.
Good evening. Thank you, Thea. Thank you, Sherry. It is my pleasure to be here tonight to present Hilary Gumbel the Audrey Hepburn Humanitarian Award on behalf of the Audrey Hepburn Children's Fund. This year, Snowflake turns 10, the very same age, a little girl of Dutch and English origins had when she began to understand the meaning of war. In the 6 years that followed, she learned to survive and make the best of what was left, until one day when hope came dressed as a United Nations uniform, outstretching an helping hand. These childhood memories ignited the career my mother, Audrey Hepburn, cherished the most, that of UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador. The woman we honor tonight followed my mother's footsteps, becoming both that hope as well as a source of inspiration for all of us. Please welcome the amazing Hilary Gumbel.
You know, I feel like this is my bat mitzvah. Is that okay? I know I'm not Jewish, but I'll convert. It's just too wonderful. This is like the best night of my life. And I want to say to Tom Preston, humanitarian Renaissance man that you are, it's so nice that he agreed to be honored tonight. He's one of these people that flies low on the radar and does all this amazing work in the world and doesn't want to get credit for it. So it's so nice to see everyone see all that incredible work done and so beautifully spoken by David. Tom, thank you for being honored and being agreed to. On one of my very first field trips, I went to Angola, and I was struck in particular by visiting with children in a school by which we were bringing them school supplies so that they could have the opportunity for an education. Simple things like pencils and notebooks and desks where they could sit and learn. And they were so happy to see us there to provide that to them. And to me, there's nothing about that that is charity. That is not giving back. That is not a handout. That is simply a demonstration of our humanity. That's what it is to me. It is giving people, children and their families, the opportunity to take full responsibility for themselves to do better. That's what UNICEF's passion is, and there's nothing better than being able to do that for people. It's been really the biggest joy and the most amazing sense of purpose that I've ever had. And I love you, Bryant, but there's something better about this kind of love. You know when you're in love in a different way, it just feels right. There's a sense of joy all the time when I'm around the people at UNICEF. These are remarkable human beings, and tomorrow, the next day, and the day after that, as long as I'm breathing, I will help you do that work. So thank you so much.
Had to upstage, didn't you? Look, wow. 10 years here, I've never been speechless. Since anything I can say at this point would be obvious or superfluous or patronizing, let me simply say I'm very proud. And yes, I know I'm a very lucky man. Thank you.